The hum of Christmas always filled our little house, a warm, cinnamon-scented melody that promised joy and togetherness. For my daughter Emma, the heart of that melody wasn't the carols or the scent of pine, but the promise of a gift from her grandpa. Every single year, without fail, he'd spend weeks in his workshop, the soft scrape of his tools a familiar song, as he carved a little piece of his heart into a wooden toy just for her. There was the wobbly-legged giraffe, the cheerful spinning top, and the little bear with jointed arms that gave the best hugs. Each one was more than just wood. It was a story, a memory, a tangible piece of his love. But this year, the workshop was silent. The scent of sawdust had faded, replaced by a quiet ache that seemed to seep into the floorboards. Grandpa was gone. The holiday lights felt a little dimmer, the carols a little quieter. The joy we usually felt was wrapped in a blanket of grief, and I watched my little Emma navigate this new, unfamiliar Christmas. She'd wander over to the tree, her small hands gently touching the ornaments he had helped her hang just last year. Her eyes, usually sparkling with anticipation, were clouded with a sadness that broke my heart. She didn't ask for much this year. In fact, she didn't ask for anything at all. It was as if the magic had seeped out of the season. I tried my best, of course. I baked his favorite gingerbread cookies, hoping the familiar smell would bring some comfort. We watched the old home movies, his laughter echoing through the living room, a ghost of joy. But it wasn't the same. The empty armchair by the fireplace was a constant, stark reminder of our loss. On Christmas morning, the pile of presents under the tree looked bright and cheerful. But to Emma, they were just boxes. She opened them politely, a quiet thank you for each one, but the spark wasn't there. Then I saw it. Tucked away behind the trunk of the tree, almost hidden, was one last gift. It was small, wrapped in faded, crinkly paper that I recognized instantly. It was the roll of wrapping paper Grandpa had used for years, the one with the silly snowman on it. And there, on the simple tag, was her name, "To my Emma." The handwriting was his, a little shaky, but unmistakably the familiar loving script she knew so well. Emma's breath hitched. She crawled towards the tree and picked up the small package, as if it were the most fragile thing in the world. Her fingers, trembling slightly, fumbled with the tape. She didn't rip the paper like she usually did in a flurry of excitement. Instead, she carefully unfolded each corner, preserving the snowman paper he had chosen. The room was silent, save for the soft crackle of the fireplace and the gentle hum of the tree lights. She lifted the lid of the simple cardboard box. Nestled inside on a bed of cotton was a small, exquisitely carved wooden angel. Its wings were delicate, its face serene, and the grain of the wood swirled like a gentle whisper. It was perfect. Tucked beside the angel was a small, folded piece of paper. Emma carefully picked it up and unfolded it. I moved closer and read the words over her shoulder. His familiar handwriting read, "My dearest Emma, my little star, when you miss me, just look for the light. It will always be there, just like my love for you. Always, Grandpa." Tears welled in her eyes, but they weren't just tears of sadness. They were tears of understanding, of connection. She looked up at me, a watery smile beginning to form. She took the angel from the box, its smooth wooden surface warm against her small palm. She walked to the tree, found the perfect branch right at the front, and carefully hung the angel by its little golden thread. And then, something magical happened. As if on cue, a single beam from the twinkling Christmas lights caught the angel's wing. It refracted, sending a brilliant, sparkling glint of light across the room, dancing on the ceiling and walls. It was like a tiny star had been born right there in our living room. Emma gasped, her sad eyes now wide with wonder. She followed the light with her gaze as it shimmered, a beacon in the quiet room. She reached out her hand as if to touch the sparkle, and a genuine, beautiful smile spread across her face. It was the first real smile I'd seen from her all season. The light from that little wooden angel seemed to push back the shadows, to fill the empty spaces. That night, as we sat by the fire, the house didn't feel so empty. The silence wasn't one of absence, but of peace. Every so often, the light from the angel would catch our eye, a gentle, sparkling reminder. It was a flicker of hope, a whisper of love that transcended space and time. We talked about Grandpa, not with hushed, sad tones, but with laughter, sharing our favorite memories. We remembered the time he tried to build a kite that looked more like a lopsided goose, and the summer he taught Emma how to skip stones across the lake. His presence was all around us, woven into the fabric of our stories, and now, shining from our Christmas tree. The wooden angel became our most cherished ornament. Every year, hanging it on the tree is the first thing we do. It's a tradition born from loss, but nurtured by enduring love. It reminds us that the people we love never truly leave us. They become a part of our stories, our traditions, our light. Their love doesn't vanish. It just finds a new way to shine, sometimes in the most unexpected and beautiful ways. Grandpa wasn't there to hand her a gift, but he had given her the greatest one of all, the knowledge that love is a light that never, ever goes out. It just changes form, shining differently, brighter, and guiding us through the darkness. And in its glow, we found our Christmas magic again. Thank you so much for sharing this story with me today. If it touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more stories that warm the soul. Until next time, remember to look for the light.